Good evening, everyone. This is the iBug Buzz episode 662, recorded on Monday, December 2nd, 2024. I am Desi, and I will be your facilitator this evening. This is an open forum for anyone with questions regarding the use of their iPhones, iPads, Apple Watches, Apple TVs, HomePods, and even once in a while, an iPod Touch still is floating around out there. This is for anyone desiring to become more proficient in using the accessibility features of these devices. Welcome to everyone who has joined us tonight in person and also to those listening later via the recorded podcast. Now, before we take a moment to introduce ourselves to each other, I'd like to share some iBug announcements with you regarding upcoming events for this week. And oh my goodness, do we have a busy week this time around?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, we have the Mac Buzz. That's facilitated by Herbie Allen, and it's basically a Q&A session encompassing everything related to working with the Mac. Whether you already own a Mac or if you're thinking about getting one, you can get all your questions answered there. It's an hour-long call that starts at 5 p.m. and goes till 6 p.m. Central Time. All these times are Central Time, by the way. Wednesday, December 4th, it's iBug's Life. That's from 7 to 9 p.m. And everything is in this same Zoom room where you are right now. And this is an independent life skills issues call that is facilitated by George Batiste. And this week we'll be discussing all things holidays, from decorating to just about everything. Then Thursday, on December 5th, we have Trekkie Talk. It's from 8 to 9:30 p.m. and they're discussing Deep Space Nine, Season 2, Episodes 14 and 15, and it's preferred that you would watch the episodes ahead of time so that you can come in and discuss them. And that's facilitated by Jody and Kenny. Then on Friday, we have virtual night at the virtual movies, or virtual night at the movies, or whatever. The fun starts at 7:15 and the movie starts at 8 o'clock, and then there's chat and trivia after the conclusion of the movie, and we'll be finding out what that movie is going to be during our halftime events this evening at the top of the hour. Then on Saturday, December 7th, we have iBug Unplugged, and they're going to be discussing the book It's Okay That You're Not Okay. It's written by Megan Devine, and the discussion leader will be Deanna Noriega, and really not relevant to much of anything. I've known Deanna since I was in second grade, and she taught me how to tie my shoes. She's a really great lady, and it should be a really fun evening. This will be going from 8 until 10 p.m. on Saturday night. Then, last but certainly not least, on Sunday, December 8th, from 4 to 5:30 p.m., we will have the iBug Cafe facilitated by Sri Roy, and where they're going to take a deep dive into the use of the iPhone app, the Audible app used on your iPhone. Okay, I think we got through all those. Boy, that was a lot of stuff.
Good job.
If you can't find something to do this week and you're being around being bored, I don't know even what to say, because there's always something right here going on at iBug. And let's see, I don't think I forgot anything. Our website is ibugtoday.org, and you can go there and find out how to sign up to get the monthly newsletter that tells you about the things I just told you and much, much more. And there's a lot of good information on the website. So if you're brand new to us, go and check that out. And also, if you are new, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves in just a minute here. And when we do that, if you're brand new tonight, here for the first time, let us know that, and let us know how you heard about iBug. So with that, we're going to start off introducing ourselves. I'll begin, and I forgot to mention, we do not use the raised hand feature in here. So what the protocol is that you will speak your name, hopefully when it's silent, so you're not talking over someone else. And when you are called on by me, then you will be able to ask your question or, yeah, that's right. But in this case, when we're going to be introducing ourselves around, you'll just unmute, say your name, and tell us where you're from. And then, as I said, if you're brand new, you can let us know that information too. So I will start us off. My name is Desi. I am in Franklin, Tennessee.
Terry from Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Hi, Terry. Welcome.
Ned from Texas.
Hi, Ned. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Robert from Chandler, Arizona.
Hi, Robert.
Herbie in Houston.
Hey, Herbie.
Pat, Ohio.
Hi, Pat.
Gary in Austin.
Gary in Austin. Hi, Gary. And somebody else.
Hi.
Julie.
Julie. Hi. I didn't know you were here. Kidding. Just kidding. Who's next? I know there's more. Hello. Good evening and welcome.
Ed in Georgetown, Ontario.
Hi, Ed. Welcome to you.
Hi, thank you.
Sarah in Vermont.
Hey, Sarah. Welcome.
Hey.
Jody in New Hampshire.
Hey, Jody.
Sarah.
Dee in Southern Illinois.
Hi there, Dee.
Hey. Cheryl
Roy.
in Ohio.
What's Roy in Texas?
Okay.
Christine
Welcome to
in
both
Wisconsin.
Cheryl and hold on. Wait. Welcome to both Cheryl and Roy and who else? Christine?
Christine in Woodstock, New York.
Oh, right. Hi, Christine. Welcome.
Hi.
Dawn from Houston.
Hey, Dawn. Nobody else?
Dan, Southern
California.
Dan and
Paul.
Paul. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Paul and Dan both, and welcome to you both.
Brian from Ontario.
Hi, Brian.
Liz, Fort Worth.
Indiana.
Hey, Liz. Oh, and somebody from Indiana. Well,
Liz.
welcome.
Elizabeth from Newfoundland, Canada.
Oh, welcome, Elizabeth. Is it getting cold up there? I bet it is.
Oh, yes, it's cold.
Vincent in New Jersey.
Hi, Vincent. Welcome.
Thank you.
John from BC, Canada, and we don't use the chat either.
Oh, that's right. Thank you so much for mentioning that, and welcome, John. Okay, well, I'm not hearing anybody else, but anybody who comes in after this will get a chance to introduce themselves at the halftime event. So let's go ahead and get started. Who has our first question tonight? Wow, this could really turn out to be a very short session. Surely somebody has a question.
This is Ned. Well,
Hi, Ned.
am I first or?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Well, okay, this is a question regarding mail. I have Gmail, and when I go to my mailboxes, my inbox says no unread emails. But then when I scroll down to all mail, it says 3 unread emails. And I'm trying to figure out how the inbox can say there's no unread, and the all mailbox says I have 3 unread. So I don't know where those 3 unread emails are living.
Okay, who can help out with this?
Liz,
Yes, go ahead, Liz.
if you're using the native email, even if you're using Gmail, it always tells me I have no emails, and I have like 8 email accounts, so I know I have probably about 50 emails. It's just what it says when it's just a single icon. When you actually click on it, it'll let you know that you have like a whole bunch of emails.
Yes, I don't know when you say native. This is Ned.
Go ahead, Ned.
Yes, when it says native, all I know is that I have this icon on my toolbar in the bottom, and that's the only the only thing I tap to get my mail, and it takes me into, my Gmail account because that's my email address with Gmail. So, is that what you would call the native app?
This is Desi. I believe that's true. Go ahead, Pat.
I was going to say yes, if you're using an iPhone, the Apple Mail iCloud is what shows up when it says app on it. So if you're using a Apple product, that is why.
Okay, but what you're saying, Ned, is that you would like to have it tell you how many actual emails it has.
No. I'm
No?
just
No?
trying. Why does my inbox say I have no unread emails?
I think it's because this is Desi, of course. I think it's because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. It seems like that it has to do with how you have your mail notifications set up. And so if you, for instance, had badges chosen as your form of notification, the badge will tell you when you go past your email app, if you're flicking around on your phone and you get to mail, it'll say mail 31 unread messages. But if you don't have that invoked, then it will just say no email until you open the app.
Oh, okay. This is Ned.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. When I touch and explore my tool thing at the bottom, it'll say 7 unread emails. Okay. So
Okay.
it'll tell me how many I have, 3 or 2 or 0. So on that icon, it tells me 7 unread emails. So then I double tap, and that takes me to my inbox. And then I read the emails or delete them or whatever. And then it says my inbox, they're all red. So when I go to mailboxes up on top on the left and double tap, which takes me to like inbox, VIP, sent, draft, trash, junk.
Right. Yep.
As I scroll down that list, when I get towards the bottom for all mail, that's where I'm seeing I have 3 unread emails. It's there that I'm seeing.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Do you have multiple email accounts?
Do I have, I'm sorry.
Multiple email accounts?
No.
Huh. And have you gone to all inboxes?
Yes, I have gone to all mail, and I'm trying to scroll down to see, but I don't know how deep it is in there.
Okay, because what you should be, because all inboxes usually shows multiple inboxes, but if you only have the one email account, I would go through all your mailboxes and see if any of them say they have anything unread. If your inbox does, for instance, then you know that you've actually got unread mail in your inbox. I think Siri will read unread messages. Somebody can definitely tell me if I'm wrong on that.
This is Ned.
Yep.
Go ahead, Ned.
Yes, I only have one inbox on that list of mailboxes, and I have asked the S lady read unread emails, and then she'll say you have no unread emails.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Interesting.
If you have all mail, when you're in your inbox and you hit the button that says mailboxes, and you go through that list and you see something that says all mailboxes or all mail.
Yes.
Right?
All mail.
You have more than one account, or it wouldn't be there. I know I have only one account, and I don't have that. Is it possible that you have an iCloud mail account that you don't use, and it may be on, but you never look at it because you don't receive mail in it? And it's possible that it's got something in it, maybe from Apple or something. I know I've gone into my iCloud settings and unchecked mail so that I turned off my iCloud email address because I don't use it. But if you hit where it says mailboxes and then you're in there, and if you go up to that top left corner, I can't remember what it says when I'm in my mailboxes because there shouldn't be anything where it goes. But if you go to that tree, and yours is a Gmail account, correct?
Yes.
Okay. and you go through and you see inbox, drafts sent, whatever, all that stuff. Any mailboxes you've made. Of course, Gmail calls them labels on the website, but every place else they show up as mailboxes. If you go all the way down there, you've got something, and I would tap on that and explore it. Because I suspect you've got something that you're not aware you've got. And my guess is iCloud.
Okay, we'll take Pat, and then we're going to move on to another topic. But go ahead, Pat.
If you have email from someplace other than iCloud, like a Gmail or AOL or whatever, are you finding them when you go down the list?
This is Ned. No, I have no other email address or account. I've had this. This is my only Gmail. My only account. I don't have any other accounts or email addresses.
Okay. Did you put your Gmail address in your settings under mail?
I don't know. And I don't even know how to get to
iCloud. If it's not coming up, when you're tapping that mail on the dock screen at the bottom, that's going to the iCloud email.
No, so Apple Mail.
Apple Mail, whatever. But I think the reason you're not seeing something on the list is because you have not entered your Gmail address in the settings.
Okay, well,
that's my guess.
I'm sorry, Ned. I don't know that we really helped you out there a whole lot, but we do need to move along to another topic. You're welcome. And again, I'm sorry if we didn't really help out, but we did our best. Okay, who has our next question?
Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Hi, Desi. Yes, I'm actually asking a question for Helene, who couldn't be here tonight, but she was wondering, she's updated her phone to 18, the latest 18 update, and whenever she goes to messages, it says collapse stack, and she doesn't know what that means. So I wondered if anybody could help out.
All right. Does anybody know what that means? Collapsed stack.
This is Brad.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So just to clarify, so you're seeing the last in your notifications, right?
No, this is when she opens messages.
So when you open messages, then you see collapsed.
Yeah. Well, I don't. She does.
Does she have any of the message filters on by any chance?
I don't know. I can ask her.
Because the stack usually implies like a Oh, you know what? I have a thought. What iPhone does she have?
SE3, I think.
Okay, then never mind. That goes that idea. Because a stack usually implies, like, notifications. You see a stack of grouped notifications, like messages or, different apps or whatever. So my first thought was, an Apple Intelligence summary, but wrong phone for that. So maybe Brad has a better idea.
Thanks for
this Brad. It does sound to me like what she's really doing is looking at her home screen or her notifications, and I would just suggest you tap on it, because that's usually what it does. If you have a group of messages, notifications, and they're grouped in a stack, and if you put your finger on it and then double tap, it'll open it up. Because I'm not aware of anything in the Messages app that's a stack. So
okay. So theoretically, if you tap on it, it might open the list instead of it being just closed. Okay, thank you.
This is Vincent.
Go ahead, Vincent.
I've seen that message, but that happens when I have not opened my computer, and if I tap on the notifications, I have to actually use my fingerprint or enter the password in order to access the messages. But that collapse stack notification is not part of the message app itself. It's before you get it. It's just notifications.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Who has our next question?
This is Marty.
Marty, go ahead.
So I think we've addressed this before, but I downloaded a new app onto my phone and wanted to move that app into a folder. And I don't do the drag method. Well, I do drag, but I go into edit and then I go into drag and then I swipe up and I have options like drop into this folder or drop after folder or drop before folder. So I click on drop into the folder and one time I did it put it before the folder, and one time I put it after the folder. I'm running 18.1.1. Is that part of the problem that we're having?
Liz?
Yeah.
Go ahead. First Brad and then Liz.
Let Liz do it. I think she
Okay,
knows it.
first Liz, then Brad.
That is an issue with the 18.1, 18.11, or whatever they're at now. They haven't fixed that one yet. It is a software or whatever you call the updates on your phone. It just is broken.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Liz.
Brad, I don't know if you had another comment, Brad, or
No, that's it. I mean, I see a tiny bit, so what I did when I needed to do that is I got it right where you did. I wanted to put it in it, and it put it next to it.
Okay.
So I went to it, I double tapped, and then I double tapped and held, and I dragged it over, and I heard it say on whatever folder, and I just let go, and it put it in the folder. It'll work that way, but it won't work if you're doing it the way you were trying to do it. Because like Liz said, it's a bug in iOS 18. I think it's been around since 18 came out. They haven't fixed it. Hopefully they'll fix it in 18.2.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. And just as a point of caution, you guys, I've been hearing a little bit of talking in the background. If you've got background noise going on, please keep yourself muted until you want to say something, and then unmute and say your name, and that'll keep our podcast a lot nicer and cleaner. Thank you very much. All right. Who has the next question?
This is Terry.
Terry, go ahead.
The question.
I didn't get in here in time to comment on the other question, but what is it called? The stack.
Yes.
I have noticed that I have a SE 2020, and I noticed that terminology on one phone, but not on the other, since I updated both phones to iOS 18. I'm not sure why I see it on one phone, but not on the other. And it's always before I unmute, or sorry, not unmute, but it's always before I open up a messaging app or emails or whatever. It gives me that notification, but just on one of my SE 2020s, not on the other one.
This is Paul.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Paul.
Patrick. Yeah.
Who's on first? Terry, when that shows up on my phone, it's the selection that was made for how you want your notifications on the homepage. So you might have not just, if you didn't select it, it might have gone into its own selection like it does when you upgrade sometimes. But it's one of like two or three different ways that it'll display the messages in the home screen.
Okay. Well, thank you, Paul. All right. Who has the next
This
question?
is Jody with a follow-up on that.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
So can you select under settings and notifications whether you have it set to collapse stack or not?
This is Paul. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Brad.
Thanks, Paul. Go ahead, Brad.
I think in notifications there's a thing just in general or under messages, I can't remember which it is, you can tell it if you want to use stacks or not. Yeah, I think the default is stacks.
I've seen that too. Yeah, thank you.
This is Helene.
Helene, go
Hey,
ahead.
this is so wonderful. I'm out in Lynbrook, Long Island, in New York, and I leave tomorrow. And I thank you, Jody, for asking the question. And off and on, I've been able to hear partially the answer. If I heard you correctly, it is that I have to go to settings and go to notifications, and then somehow get off of stacks. And
yes,
yeah, something with that word. Yeah, and this is the first time that I have ever had to use my iPad to get on the call because my phone would not allow me to unmute. And that's since I'm on 18. So I went on the iPad and I had a sighted friend, which, it's taken me all of 20 minutes, but I've managed to get to hear you all on and off. So thank you so much, all of you, and I will try to get unstacked.
All right. Thank you very much, Helene. Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, so just to help out a little bit, when you get to notifications and settings, and it's still in the same place that it should be, you don't have to go under apps or anything like that. But you go under notifications and you'll see three options: account, stack, count, stack, and list. And I believe the count is the single ones, if I'm not mistaken. But and then so yeah, that's how you would change it from there. So I personally, though, I like the stacked notifications because they're a lot easier to get rid of than having to have like a whole string of notifications. But that's just me. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Herbie. Okay, next question, please.
Raheel,
go ahead.
Who's hosting? I was just wondering. Sometimes dictation wants to be a brat, and it doesn't want to work sometimes, and I have to turn off and turn back on my phone or soft reset or whatever. I wonder why the dictation doesn't want to work sometimes when I'm trying to text someone in the message, because I've encountered it today, and then finally when I reset my phone I got it to work. I don't know what's going on, but then I got it to work. When I double tap with two fingers, it sometimes it doesn't work, and then when I got it to reset and stuff, then I heard a beeping noise, and then it told me to go ahead and dictate.
This is Roy.
Go ahead, Roy.
The two-finger double tap isn't as reliable as finding the dictate button at the bottom and doing the single finger double tap on that. It just seems to be the most reliable method.
Even though I tried doing the single finger double tap on the dictate button, it wasn't. I didn't hear a beep, and it wasn't working.
Okay,
so I had to reset my phone.
Go ahead, Roy.
If that happens, I would assume you need to double tap the edit field to make sure your cursor's there.
Right, and that's what I've been doing.
Have you? Okay, then I don't have a suggestion for you because I find that dictate button to be much more reliable than the two-finger double tap. I don't know that I've ever seen it fail.
So this is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Raheel, when you're double tapping so it does say because it says something very different when you're able to edit text versus when you're just pointed to the edit field. It'll say insertion point at start, insertion point at end. So it's saying that when you double tap the text field first, right?
Right. But sometimes the dictate button doesn't want to cooperate, and I'm to the point. It doesn't make that beeping noise that you hear. I don't know if you use it all the time, Herbie, but it doesn't make the beeping noise sometimes that you want to hear to go ahead and dictate.
This is Marty.
Go ahead, Marty.
I use the dictate button a lot, and depending on what Bluetooth headset I'm using, sometimes you do not hear a beep. if you feel like if you feel a little haptic, and it's a very slight haptic, just assume after a couple seconds that it's letting you dictate, and just say what you want to say, and then when you hear the beep that it stopped, and it will repeat, what you've dictated, and then you know that it worked. But you do not always hear a beep.
This is Brad.
No, but I do it without the speaker though, like without, like on speaker, like without the headphones, and sometimes it gets frozen to the point where I have to reset my phone, like soft reset, just restart my phone, and then it works for some odd reason.
Okay, well, I don't know that we have a real
This is
answer
Brad.
for you. Go ahead, Brad.
I've been experiencing similar to what Rahil's experiencing. It is definitely a bug in 18. I always use the dictate button to start dictation, and I will use the two-finger double tap usually to end it. And I have been having a real problem ending dictation since iOS 18. I can't remember if it started with 18.1 or if it was before then, but I frequently have to find the dictate button in order to stop the dictation. I get all kinds of weird stuff going on. Another thing you want to do is make sure you're not in silent mode, because you will not hear the beep when you start, or any sound effects when you are using voiceover. If you have the silent mode enabled, you want to make sure you're in ring mode. And I believe you have one of the newer phones, Rahil, with the action button on the side. So you want to make sure if you tap that button once, it's going to tell you if you're in ring mode or silent mode, and then you press and hold it to switch between the two. But make sure you're in ring mode. And then as far as any of the other stuff, it's a bug. And
even though
do the best you can to deal with it, because there is no resolution for it until Apple fixes it.
Right. It sounds like it is a bug, Raheel. So I think that's all we can do to help you right now.
And Brad, even though I'm in ring mode, sometimes it doesn't want to start or stop.
This is Herbie with a
Just like I said, it's a bug. Nothing you can do about it. So just do your best to deal with it. Hopefully Apple will fix it soon.
Okay, Herbie, up with your question.
So this is kind of more of a story to tell / has anybody else experienced this either on the iPhone or Apple Watch? But lately, sometimes when I put my Apple Watch on the charger, my voice goes all staticky, and it's like a whole bunch of static whenever I try to do anything from the watch. The two things that seem to solve it are doing a soft reset by holding the two buttons down, or just last night I did discover if I turned voiceover off and then left it alone for a long time and turned it back on, it would start up again. But I know somebody's experienced something similar with their iPhone 11 when they upgraded. They, like me, use one of the Siri voices, but they use a different one, and they also had a similar staticky voiceover issue. So, A, just wanted to make everybody kind of aware of that, and B, just curious if anybody else has had that experience recently with iOS 18 or watchOS, whatever watchOS we're on now.
All right. Anybody else had that experience? Speak up now. Herbie, you are the lone person in the world
I know.
who's had this experience. I'm sorry.
If anybody experiences it later on, just like I said, a soft reset or turning off voiceover, and I think Julie was saying.
Okay. This is Amy.
Amy, go ahead.
Oh, it's Amy. I-N-N-Y.
Amy, sorry, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My bad hearing. Not your speaking. Go ahead.
So my question is, recently, my messenger, whenever I get it, it comes double. All just double everything. Whether I receive it, then it's all coming double. So I was wondering if other people had the same problem.
Wow, you and Herbie are coming up with some good stuff.
This is Marty.
This is Pete.
Marty, go ahead.
Yeah, I sent, because that's the only way I can do it now on Facebook, is to send a message by Messenger. I can't do the timeline for some reason. But anyway, I send a message by Messenger, and the person sent me back like a thank you message. I got that, and then about 9 hours later, I got that same notification. It said you got a notification from Messenger, and it said 9 hours ago. So I guess it's a double. It's not a double immediately. It's like hours later. Well,
mine, it comes double right away. Like, yeah. And even the messages I'm sending, it just when I'm reading it, it does it double. Everything doubles. So I'm not sure if there's something I need to turn off.
no, and now with me, the double could be, I think one might be on the watch, or it comes on the phone, and then hours later it comes on the watch.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
I am having that problem too on my Facebook Messenger. Not all the time, but recently, within the last couple of weeks,
Yes.
I noticed it. And I don't go over there very often, but the last couple or three times I've gone there, I've seen double messages. So I don't know, and I haven't seen anything else about it, but I'm experiencing it.
All right. Does anybody have another question?
Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
Just to finish up with Any there. Yeah, Any, I don't know what to tell you to do to resolve it other than sit tight and hope that the next update of the Facebook Messenger app in your app store resolves it. You might want to send a note, if you can, to the developers if you see any settings or something in the Facebook Messenger app to provide feedback. You might try that, but otherwise sit tight, and generally those types of things get resolved in the next update or so.
Okay, yeah, I think it came when I update the 18.101, whatever. I start seeing that just recently. Okay, thank you very much, Pete.
Good luck.
Okay, next, please.
This is Dot.
Hi, Dot. Go ahead.
I have a new question.
All right, go for it.
I just bought an Apple AirPod Pro second generation just about 30 minutes ago. It's so brand new.
Yay!
Yeah, it's just really cool. I have a question. Where can I go to learn all about the control for the AirPod? Is there anything on the setting where I can access anytime for all the controls possible for the AirPod? Thank you.
Go ahead, Brad.
Now, what you want to do is go to your settings, open Bluetooth, and you should find your AirPods on the list.
Okay.
And when you find them on the list, flick up or down, and you should find more info.
Okay.
Double tap there, and you will find all of the settings and controls for that particular pair. You know, that item, those AirPods. Okay, I should say, whatever you call yourself, DATS AirPods Pro, 2 or something like that. AirPods Pro.
Yeah, but I had to thank you, but I had to say the audio is crazy good.
Oh, wow. This is Desi, and I'm really glad that you asked that question, Dot, because I just got my AirPods Pro 2 today, and they're charging.
You too?
Yeah, and they're charging, and I haven't done anything with them yet. So, thanks, Brad, for that tip about the more info. I will go in and
thank
check.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All AirPods are that way. All the models you get to the control.
These are my very, very first ones ever.
Have you paired them yet?
Not yet.
Okay, when you get done charging them, have your iPhone unlocked, and hold them near your iPhone and open with the AirPods in the case, open the lid and give it a second, and a little screen will pop up. It will detect them, and there'll be a pair button. You just tap on it, and they are paired.
Wow.
And they will
awesome.
show up on all your devices that are signed in to your same Apple ID account.
Excellent.
Magic.
Thank you so much. It is magic.
This is Innie.
Go ahead, Innie.
I have a quick question. Did you guys get the iPro third generation Pro or without the Pro? Because isn't it the Pro one has the silicone adjusting to the ear? So I wondered.
Brad.
Okay,
I think the Pro is the Pro, and the one they sell now is called AirPods Pro 2, and they are the ones with the silicone tips on them.
But he got the 3 or still the 2?
No, the 2, because they don't.
Oh.
There isn't an AirPods Pro 3.
Okay.
There is regular AirPods 3, regular AirPods 4, but AirPods Pro, there's the original, which they don't sell anymore.
Yes.
But the one they sell now is called AirPods Pro 2.
Yes.
That's the only one you can buy from Apple and most other retailers, because they've been out now for like 3 years.
Yes, I have 2 pairs. I mean, I got them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know on the case, there's a button on the back that's like reset. Sometime if you want to just push it and it resets things, or just to get it going. Or
yeah, this is Brad. That used to be the way you initiated pairing mode, but then a few iOS versions ago, they made it so you just put with the AirPods in the case, you hold it near your iPhone with your iPhone unlocked and on the home screen, and just open the top and give it, 2-3 seconds, and a screen will just pop up. And that's also, once they're paired, you do the same thing, and it tells you the charge level of the case and the left AirPod, the right AirPod. But that's how you can pair it. Real simple.
This is Marty.
Go ahead, Marty.
A question. I have 2 iPhones, the 15, which has 18.1.1, and the iPhone 8, the latest version I can have in that is 16.10, I believe. So my wife had pointed that out for me, and I'm wondering if I use, say, like financial or my banking apps with the old iPhone 8, are there any security issues that I should be vigilant or concerned about? Since I don't have, the latest iOS on that phone. So sometimes I like to use the iPhone 8 for that because of the home button. So, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Pete.
I would certainly be concerned about using an iPhone 8 and iOS 16 with security concerns. Yeah, I would steer away from that with my banking apps if I were you, Marty. And I don't have any specific, particular cautions, but other than it's an old iPhone and security has been updated probably tenfold since iOS 16 and that iPhone 8 were released. Just my general thoughts.
Yeah, it's Marty. The only reason I do use it, like I said, is because I sometimes have trouble with Face ID in the banking app. And if it doesn't work the second time, you have to put in your password versus just your PIN on the banking apps. So I like to use the 8 because it has the home button. So
this is Brad.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead, Brad.
Okay, go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, just to follow up on what Pete said, there was an article last week. Apple is no longer providing certain types of support for iOS 18. iPhone 8. Excuse me. They're just it no longer, like, there's no more iCloud support and just some other stuff. It is now, what is it, 7 or 8 years old? I wouldn't use it for anything that you're worried about security on.
Right here.
I mean, it may still work, but I don't remember how far back the iOS goes. But yeah, I certainly would not be using it on something, a banking app.
It's Marty, when you say iCloud support in terms of, it still backs up.
No, it stopped. I don't know when the exact date was, but that was what the announcement was. No more backups.
I'll have to check. Okay, thanks.
Raheel?
Raheel, go ahead.
I would say that you're better off maybe either recycling your iPhone 8 if you can't. I know it's not recommended that you use it for anything since the iCloud support stopped. So I think maybe you're better off recycling or trading it in to get a new device or something. If you wanted to get a new device like an AirPods Pro or a new iPad or a new Mac or anything. So
Okay, thanks, Raheel. Go ahead. No, not go ahead, but who's next?
Elisa.
Elisa, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm using the Prime Video app on my phone, and I'm trying to do the search with the voiceover on the iPhone 13. How do you do that?
Okay, can anybody help Elisa with searching?
Raheel?
This is.
Go ahead, Raheel. And then, was that Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're searching in the Prime app, you're saying, or are you trying to search the home screen?
Elisa.
Go ahead, Elisa.
Go ahead.
I'm searching in the Prime Video app.
I think at the bottom.
There's no
there might
search
be like
field to there's no search field to put in like the movie you want to watch.
Oh yeah.
This is Herbie.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Yes,
Oh,
there
Pete,
is.
wait. Herbie, hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Pete,
I think
I
Brad was
forgot
next.
Pete. Pete's
No,
next,
Pete
and
was
then
next. Yeah.
Okay.
Elisa, there's a search button on the bottom right on the Prime Video screen. Double tap on it, and that does open up a search field up at the top of the screen. It's kind of disguised though. You got to flick a couple of times to the right, and then you'll find an element that says actors, movies, TV shows,
Yeah, I
things
see
like
that part.
That's your search field. That's that when you double tap on it to set your insertion point, all of that stuff will disappear and it will be your search field.
Oh,
So there, that's where you type in your movie or TV show that you're looking for.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and who's next? Somebody else had said. Okay, well, it looks like we got that, and my goodness, I can't talk tonight. Looks like we got that question answered.
I thought Herbie was next.
Oh, Herbie, yeah.
Elisa, I thought it was Brad.
Peter already answered the question, so.
Okay. All right, go ahead. That's good. Thanks, Herbie. Sorry about that. All right. Who has another question for us? We still got a little bit of time before the top of the hour, so.
This is Shree.
Go ahead, Shree.
I was wondering if anyone has experienced this on their phone. I'm hearing a lot of crackling noise on my phone, and I can't tell if it's, like I hear a lot of crackling when I'm making a phone call. I'm also hearing some crackling if my volume is relatively high.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
This is Helene.
Wait. Pete's
Can
first, and then
can
Helene.
I make a guess, Sri? Are you sitting near your computer while you're doing this?
No.
All right, because you will get interference from your audio equipment and your computer equipment. So just beware of that if you're anywhere near your automated equipment.
This is Shree.
Go ahead, Shree.
So it's almost like like I'll give you an example. Like I can make a phone call, it'd be very crackly, and then I'll hang up, call again. It sounds fine. So I thought maybe it was a cellular issue, but I'm experiencing it like when in other places when I'm listening to something. If the volume is high, then I hear some crackling noise. But it's not always.
This is Jake.
Go ahead, Jake.
This was Helene.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, Jake. I forgot. I'm so sorry, Helene. Go ahead.
Yes, Shree, yes, I have experienced that frequently since I updated to 18.
Okay, Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that it could be a defective phone.
That'd be good news to hear.
Yeah, well, it could be. Because the reason why I say that is because I had a phone one time that, I kid you not, all I did was turn the volume down or turn it on, just use it normal. And the speaker completely went out on me for no reason. And I had to go to the Apple store, and they did have a warranty exchange. It didn't cost me nothing or anything, but I had to get a new phone.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
I don't know if you were on earlier, Shree. I was mentioning like how sometimes my voiceover with the Apple Watch suddenly gets like really staticky. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of like volume bug in iOS 18.
This is Karen.
And WatchOS, whatever the WatchOS is at. I forget it.
Hold on, Karen. I think we had Helene first.
No,
then
no, I said I'm experiencing it.
Sorry. I don't know what's going on. It must be getting too late. I'm not sure what's happening with me. Sorry. Okay, Karen, go ahead.
I just wanted to say I'm experiencing that as well more recently. Like every other day, I'll make a phone call and feel staticky, and I'll just hang up and call back, and it's cleared up. Real crackly. Like,
all right. Well, that is unfortunate. Fortunately, this is Desi again. I have not experienced that, but it doesn't sound fun. All right. Who is next? We have time for at least one more question.
This is Terry.
Hi, Terry. Go ahead.
I don't have a question, but as I've been listening, a comment that I hope is not out of order, but I want to just remind everybody that you should wait to be recognized by the facilitator, not another person, before you begin answering, and as best you can, try not to be talking when someone else is talking. I thought I should come in here and mention that because it's kind of a problem right now.
Oh gosh,
sorry.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not doing a very good job.
No,
okay.
I'm not saying that. No, not at
well,
all.
we don't need to discuss this here right now, but
Dawn from Houston.
Go ahead, Dawn.
I wanted to know if you screenshot a photo or a picture of something, how can you? Is it possible to forward that picture to your own email?
Who can help Dawn with that?
Raheel.
I heard somebody right before Raheel. Who was
Shree.
Shree, go ahead.
So if you take a screenshot, it's going to be saved in your photo library. So if you go to the Photos app, and depending on what version of OS you're running, if you're running the latest version, you can select. You can hit the select button on the top, and it'll become like your old photo library. And you should find it towards the bottom on the list of all your pictures. And all you need to do is select the picture, and then you'll get a share button on the bottom, and then you can either choose from the many tools that are available, including sending it as a mail or message to yourself.
All right. Thank you very much.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, one quick way that I use to find my most recent picture. So if you take the screenshot, I open the camera app, and I go to photo and video viewer in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. I tap on that, and that will bring up the most recent picture that you've taken. So if you've just taken the screenshot, you can find it that way, and it's a lot faster than trying to find it in your photo gallery. And then from that screen, once you tap on, say you go to photo and video viewer, it brings up the most recent picture, and then you've got your share at the bottom, which you can then tap on. It's in the lower left-hand corner. Then you can tap on that, and then you can email it to yourself.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have time for one quick question. Anybody got a short question?
This is Karen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how do I turn off all text suggestions? I think, you see it different places, but particularly in reminders. It's so annoying. When I'm putting in reminders, it just constantly pops up. I'm trying to, I normally dictate whatever it is, and then I might have to manually edit it. And it's just like, suggest the text, suggest the text, suggest the text. I'm like, I'm putting in what I want to put in. Like, I don't need your suggested text. How do I stop it? I want to stop it everywhere.
Who can help her with that?
This is Shreya.
Go ahead, Shree.
I apologize. I didn't quite understand the question.
Okay, can you try?
Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah. Wherever you are, where it gives you suggested text. I was thinking about my experience in the reminders, but it can happen other places. I don't want to experience that anywhere. I don't want any suggested text, predictive text. I don't want any of that. I just want it to leave me alone, and I want to type in on the keyboard what I want to type in.
This is
You're just like me.
This is Jerry from Vermont.
Wait, hold on, just 1 second, Jerry. Shri, did you have any thoughts about that, or?
Well, I was going to recommend then if you can go to her settings, general keyboard, and in there's a lot of different options about typing that you can turn off.
Yeah, like predictive text and some of those other ones that you mentioned. This is Desi,
Pete.
by the way. Go ahead, Pete.
Go to Jerry. He had
Jerry first. Sorry.
I was going to suggest that maybe you've got it turned on in Siri as well. Siri will do that, and it's annoying as heck, you know. Make sure Siri isn't suggesting anything to you, and that way you probably get most of it, along with what Shri said.
Karen.
All right, Karen, go ahead.
That's in settings or that's on the app itself?
Yes. Okay, Pete, you have a suggestion.
I was just going to ask if this might also include the summaries that you get on your texts or your emails or your other things, or is it just the predictive text that you're thinking about?
Predictive text, you mean like notification announcements? Those are annoying too.
Well, I mean, when you open your email or your text, your messages app, you get summaries of the text or the emails that are coming. It's a new iOS 18. Okay.
No, they're okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, my voiceover keeps talking in my ears.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Look, it's under settings, general keyboard, and you will find all kinds of things in there. Predictive text, inline, just all kinds of stuff. Go to settings, general keyboard, and look through there, and you'll find all kinds of stuff that you probably can turn off, and that will fix your problem.
All right. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up there because we are at the top of the hour. So before we go to the big reveal, let us go around the room once again and have anybody who has come in since the first time introduce yourself. Just say your name, where you're from, and if you're brand new, let us know how you heard about iBUG. And let's get started.
Raheel from Albany, New York, upstate.
Hi,
where it was snowing last Thursday.
Okay, that's enough. We got to keep on going here.
From Florida.
Pete, go ahead. And somebody else, was it Jerry?
Jerry from Vermont.
Just saying hi.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
This is Pete from Florida.
Yeah. But Jerry had started to say it before you, so I just was wanting not to miss him. Okay. And who was next?
It was Karen from Philly.
Hi, Karen.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I did not get two people talked at the same time, and so please could we try that again?
Linda from Humble.
Oh, Yolanda, hi.
Hi.
There was somebody else.
Rosetta Stone from Conyers, Georgia.
Hi, Rosetta Stone.
Hi.
Rosetta Stone.
Vanessa, Georgia.
Marty, Philadelphia.
Welcome to you all.
Amanda, California.
Welcome, Amanda.
Shri from Virginia.
Welcome, Shri.
Elisa, Porter, Texas.
Elisa, welcome to you.
This is Annie from Iowa.
Hi, Annie. Welcome.
Thank you.
Sharon from New York.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey.
And just to remind people, we do not use the raise hand option in here, so it will not do you any good to raise your hand. You just need to say your name and we will recognize you. Okay, anybody else?
Deborah from Houston.
Hi, welcome. Anybody else?
Thomas from Colorado.
Oh, Thomas, hi there.
Had to sneak it in there. I was trying to get the headphones plugged in.
All right, glad to have you. All right, now it is time. I wonder if there's an iBUG guy around of some kind.
Ooh, I wonder.
Oh, yes, Desi, there is. Merry
Santa
Christmas.
Claus iBUG guy.
Well, kind of. I mean, I'm actually my real name, and you probably didn't know this all this time. Santa Michael McCulloch Claus. Yes. As my good friend and namesake Michael would say, yes. I am here to give you the big reveal. Now, before we get started, you must be little boys and girls and be good little boys and girls and listen to the rules, because Well, there must be rules, unfortunately. So let me go over those before I give you the clues. The usual guidelines may apply for this call. You state your name, wait to be called on. Don't just yell out the answer, or Mrs. Claus will get very upset. Only one guess per clue. And those who've won within the last 3 weeks, well, it's not that you've been naughty. It's just that we've got to give everybody a chance. And we want to make sure that everybody gets the chance. So, without further ado, here are your movie clues for this Friday. Number 1. This film takes place in the Czech Republic, among other places. Does anybody have a guess of what that might be? The film takes place in the Czech Republic. I've been there hundreds, thousands of times. Usually on Christmas, of course. Any guesses? Well, I must say, the elves who wrote these clues have already stumped you. So let's move on to clue number 2. The main character starts eating foods they previously avoided. The main character starts eating foods they previously avoided. I hope they weren't cookies and milk. Any guesses? Oh my, we may actually get through all the clues tonight.
This is Shri.
Shri,
Go ahead, Shri.
Is it alive?
Alive. Well, I hope we're all alive. But that is not the correct answer, Shri, but a good try. Anybody else have a guess?
This is Brooke.
Brooke, go ahead.
How about Eat, Pray, Love?
Eat, pray, love. Well, I do all 3 of those things, but that is not the correct answer, but a good guess none the same. One more guess before we move on to clue number 3.
Raheel?
Raheel, go ahead.
What about The Walking Dead?
The Walking Dead? I don't know if I want to be a part of that, but no, that is not the correct answer, but a nice try. I'll be sure to give you extra presents this year, Raheem. All right, clue number 3. Celebrity chef Emeril Lagasse makes an appearance in the film. One of my favorite chefs. Celebrity chef Emeril makes an appearance in the film. Any guesses as to what that movie might be?
Dawn from Houston.
Dawn, go ahead, Dawn.
Mermaid.
Mermaid is not the correct answer, but a very nice try, Dawn. Any other guesses before we move to clue number 4? Just a little disclaimer. If you have any complaints about these clues, please address them to the elves. Oh, just kidding, elves. I'm just kidding. Let's move on to clue number 4. Food Network chefs prepared all the dishes shown in the movie. Food Network chefs prepared all the dishes shown in the movie. Oh my, we have stumped everyone tonight. Any guesses before we go to clue number 5?
Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
A Boy Named Christmas.
Oh, that's a good guess, Pete. You're getting close. The Boy Named Christmas is not the right answer, but that is a very good guess.
Well, thank you.
Raheel?
All right. Go ahead.
What about Happy New Year's?
Happy New Year! Oh, that's a great salutation, but that's not the correct answer, but a nice try.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
How about Bad Santa?
Bad Santa? I didn't know there was such a thing as a bad Santa. No, that That is not the right guess, thankfully. Let's move on to clue number 5. We're getting down here. Am I going to actually stump everyone tonight? I'll feel terrible if I don't get a guess pretty soon for the right answer. But the main character also tries snowboarding for the first time. The main character tries snowboarding for the first time. Ho, 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 ho. Any guesses?
Pete?
Go ahead, Pete.
The Polar Express?
Polar Express. Getting closer, Pete, but not quite the right answer. Anyone else?
Raheel?
Raheel, go ahead.
What about the Panda Express?
The Panda Express is not the correct answer, but a nice try. Anyone else have a guess before we give you the bonus clue? All right. Ho, ho, ho. We have a stumper tonight. The bonus clue is a hotel in this film also appeared in the James Bond film Casino Royale. A hotel in this film also appeared in the James Bond film Casino Royale. Any guesses? Brooke, go ahead.
Is it the Queen Latifah movie Last Holiday?
Last Holiday. Ho, 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 ho. You have the right answer. Ho, ho, ho. Last Holiday is the winner, winner, winner.
Good job, Brooks.
Brooks.
Hey, good job, Brooks.
I'm so glad I didn't have to put coal in your stocking, Brooks. You are a winner. Let me tell you what you can expect on Christmas Day for the winner's prize. The main character, Georgia's prized possessions, her book of possibilities scrapbook. Ho, 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 ho. This scrapbook contains everything her little heart desires. The trim, of course, is in iBUG colors, red and black. Congratulations, Brooks, and Merry Christmas.
Well done, Brooks, and well done, Santa. We have to put an extra clause in your contract because you did such a good job.
Well, thank you, Terry. Thank you for letting me be a part of iBUG. And I thank my good friend Michael. But I must rush off. I only have 23 days to get things ready for Christmas. Good night, everybody. Ho, ho, ho.
Bye, Santa. Great job.
Don't forget me.
Santa. Great job.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, unmute, Desi.
Okay, so wow, good job, Brooks, and great job, Santa. Boy, that was quite a treat. So now we will move on to our iBUG Byte for this evening, and I have a little hack for you that I want to share with you, and Brad's going to play that for us. So go right ahead, Brad.
Okay, here we go.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to share with you tonight a great little hack that Brad shared with me, and I thought it was so cool that I thought everybody in the iBUG world should really know about it. Some of you may already know, but for those of you who don't, as of iOS 18, we now have a passwords app, which puts all the passwords. In that, there is a way that you can generate a QR code so that when you have a guest coming to your home who might want to be on your Wi-Fi network, you can get them connected with very little trouble and in a very secure way. You also don't have to have them try to type in a really long code that you're telling them or any of that kind of stuff. What you will do first is open your passwords app. I already have mine open, but if you don't know where yours is located, since it's pretty new and you may not have run across it yet, I would just ask our favorite assistant, Iris, as we like to call her, to open the app for you. I already have mine open, so if we go to the upper left-hand corner, we will hear
Passwords, heading.
Passwords, heading. So let's swipe to the right from there and see what we find.
Search field. Dictate. All. 48 items. Button. Passkeys. 1 item. Button. Codes. 0 items. Button. Wi-Fi. 7 items. Button.
Wi-Fi. That's exactly the thing we want to double tap on. So here we go.
Happy Home. WPA2 Personal Connected. Button.
Now, when you get into Wi-Fi, you're going to be generating a QR code for your network. It will most likely be at the very top of the list. But this section right here lists all of the networks that you've ever been connected to, unless you have taken the time to go through and delete them. So preferably the top one will be the one that you want. Mine is called Happy Home.
Happy Home. WPA2 Personal Connected.
And I will double tap on that.
Happy Home.
And then let's see what we have under here.
WPA2 Personal Network Name. Happy Home. Password. 10 bullets. Show network QR code. But
show network code.
Forget this network. But
this network is the last thing, and we definitely don't want to do that. So I'll go back one little flick to the left.
Show network QR code. Button.
Double tap on that.
Done. Button.
And of course it says done, but if you explore the screen,
QR code for Happy Home. Image. A QR code against a white background.
That is all the screen says. However, if someone is staying with you and you want to share your network with them, at this point, you can just have them open their camera, point their phone right at your phone, and boom, they will be connected. So with that, I hope that everyone has a really happy holiday season and that you can share your networks with free abandon, because there's an easy and secure way to do it. Thanks, everybody.
All right. So let's see if anybody has any questions about that.
Raheel?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Raheel, and then whoever was
Marty.
Marty. Okay, so Raheel and then Marty.
Is there, when you get a new device, like a new phone or iPad, and you save your network in the Passwords app, how do you get that connected? Get your Wi-Fi connected, or do you have to enter it manually each time when you get a new device?
Raheel, I don't really think that relates to what we're talking about right now, so you might want to save that question for later. And Marty, go ahead.
Yeah. First, to quickly answer Raheel's question, the new
Marty,
routers,
we're not worried about Raheel's question right now.
I was just going to say the new routers have a QR code.
We're not worried about that right now, Marty.
Well, no, for the Passwords app. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, okay, we're not.
I'll move on. My question
okay. Yeah,
was,
just ask your question. Thanks.
It's not connected with it. It's the Passwords app. Is how do you find out your password character by character? Do you go to edit? Because it's a little different than it was under old iOS.
Okay, again, I'm going to say that really isn't related to the QR code thing that we were talking about. So if you don't mind, you can ask when we open it up for regular questions.
Okay.
And that would be great. Thanks.
That's fine. Oh, sure.
Okay.
This is Jake. I have a question.
Okay, Jake, go ahead.
When you say, like, you have your barcode at the screen and you take your camera and scan it, is that for Android too, or just iPhone?
I believe it's for any phone, any smartphone.
Okay. And what about like the Macs and stuff? Can you do it for that or no?
Go ahead, Brad.
With the Android question, yes, it works on Android. I had a guest at my home over the Thanksgiving holidays, and they had an Android, and they were able to connect to it too. But this is for an iPhone. A Mac doesn't have a camera that you can point at a phone. This is for, smartphone to smartphone.
Okay.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
I just out of curiosity with the QR code. Have you had a good success using the camera app to recognize the QR code?
I have not done it, but I understand that it works well, and maybe Brad can speak to that.
Yeah, this is Brad. Yeah, you can either use one of two, on an iPhone at least, one of two things. You can either open your camera app and point it at the iPhone screen that has a QR code, or you can use the code scanner in your control center. Either one will do the same thing. The guest that was here with their Android device just opened their camera and pointed it at the phone. Now, I assume there's going to be a little box that pops up that says you've detected a code. Do you want to join this network? And that you probably have to say yes. I would think it does that. But yeah, it'll do with camera app, QR, whatever.
This is Kathy.
Okay, Kathy, and then Karen.
So you're saying that you just make it available when you go into your settings and you turn it on, and then you don't need to do anything when a person comes in, and you just can say, I've got the QR code, and they want, if they aim at your phone.
This is Desi. When you have somebody who wants your Wi-Fi information so they can get on your Wi-Fi network, each time that you have a different person, you have to go into the passwords app the way I did, and do what I did. But then if you don't close it, then you can just walk your phone over to them and they can point at it with their camera.
Okay, so you're in that list when they can get your QR code. I'm sorry I'm being so dense.
No. So no, you're fine. So the QR code is there, and you're not in there. Nothing is in their list yet. All they do is they point their camera at your phone, and their phone picks up the QR code and puts them right on your network.
Okay, and then you just get out of that list and go.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, and then Karen, you were next.
Yep, you kind of answered it a little bit, but you just said if you don't close it. So suppose you don't close it, you're just wandering around, your phone's still in your hand. Could somebody outside who's just walking past pick up that Wi-Fi?
This is Desi. I don't think so, but that wasn't quite what I meant. I just meant that if you don't right after you get the code up, you don't want to close the app then, because then the code will go away and you'll have to bring it back up again. But you would just have somebody then point their camera. You probably wouldn't be having it up, just walking around with your phone. I suppose if you were out in public doing that, but you wouldn't be, because they're ostensibly wanting to get onto your own network in your own home. So,
yeah, but I'm in your house, not in public, like you said, in your house. So if you're in your house and you're like, on the porch, near the front door, and somebody,
your brother's creepy friend passes by.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, I think somebody really have to be close to your phone. I think you would know if somebody was trying to do that, so yeah. But if you're worried about that, just make sure you're indoors when you're sharing your Wi-Fi password with somebody, and then there you go.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
Well, you got to be in line of sight for your camera to see it, because it's your camera that's picking it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And those two surfaces are fairly small. I mean,
This is Terry.
Go ahead, Terry.
How, I guess I missed something somewhere. How do you initiate the process? Let's say that somebody wants to access your password. What is it that you have to do first? Somehow I missed that. You as the host.
Okay, let's see if somebody else was paying better attention.
This is Brad.
Sorry.
The recording, you can access the recording again once this episode is put up in the feed.
Okay, this is Shree.
Go ahead, Shree.
One thing, I definitely like what you did here. I actually printed my QR code so that way, when I have friends and family come over, I just have them scan that picture that I printed out, so I don't have to redo it. But that's
a good idea.
Good solution.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie, and then Pat.
But Pat actually will have something more intelligent to say. I was just going to tell Shree you should also braille it too, so that way if you have any friends who are blind that come over, then they can also read your QR code. But the phone can't scan it, of course. Anyway, go ahead.
Only if I knew how.
Pat, I just wanted to say thanks for that tip. That's a really good one.
Thanks, Pat. And you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but after you're done, there's a done button in the upper right corner, or you just simply you hit the lock button on your phone and it's locked. And when you reopen it, that QR code's not going to be there. You would have to Face ID to reinitiate the passwords app, and and then go through the process again. So
Right, right. And you know what? This is Desi. I think I did not mention the done button. So thank you for mentioning that.
But I think I heard it. I think I heard voiceover read it when you opened it. So
yeah, it was there, but
yeah,
I don't know
it's
that I
there.
brought
I mean-
attention to it. Yeah.
This is Innie.
Innie, go ahead.
I have a couple of quick questions. So, is that the password app? Is that only with the new the 18.1?
It's in iOS 18. Yes.
Okay, in iOS 18. Okay, and is it? Do we need to upload the password app?
No, it's already there. It's a native app on the iPhone itself.
Okay.
It's all the stuff and more that was in, the original passwords where you had to go into settings, but they've just kind of gathered it all together and put it in a separate app. So you don't have to go through the settings and find the proper place and, all that stuff. So.
Oh, okay. And one more thing. Sometimes I see, like on TV, they would show the QR code right on TV. Is that something also you could just take a picture, like, like you guys were saying, it's not just from the phone screen, like on TV, and get the QR code on there?
We
how to use the QR code.
Okay, this is Desi. I'm not sure I understand your question. You wouldn't be putting your QR code on the TV screen, but
No, this is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, so basically you can do that.
You can
if there's a QR code on the TV, you can use your phone to capture it.
Okay, that's what my question was.
Okay, I'm sorry. I totally missed that.
Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't connected so much to the password app. I'm sorry, but you were earlier talking about the QR code, so I wanted to know about that. Thank you very much, Daisy.
You're very welcome, Katie. Okay, we got about Karen. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So when your folks come back over to your house, would they just automatically get reconnected to your Wi-Fi, or you'd have to go through that process again of letting them scan it?
Oh, I don't know that for sure, but I'm thinking that like when you used to have to give them your whole code and all that stuff, I'm thinking it's the same thing. So if they come back into your house and they're in range of your Wi-Fi network, I'm assuming that they would just reconnect. I don't know if anybody's tried that yet. Pat?
I would say as long as if they didn't delete different Wi-Fi in their settings, it should reconnect.
Kathy?
Kathy, go ahead.
Yeah, usually your phone saves. I mean, I've been to somebody's house years after, and it's once it's in my list, it stays there.
This is Desi. Yes, I'm quite sure that's true. Like I said, I haven't tried that. And I don't know if Brad's friend who did it the other day.
This is Jake. I have a comment.
Has been back. Go ahead, Jake.
I used when I went out to my brother's home, and I used the feature with the iPhone when you connect to a network and it connects because the other person had an iPhone nearby. And I went back again, and his network is still in my phone to this day, so it does save him.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe the question was more about the QR code, but I don't think that matters. I think once you've actually connected to the Wi-Fi network, that information is still saved in the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll still be there.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Thanks,
Brad.
Jake. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, that's the default. You guys are making this more complicated than it is. This is a quick way, instead of having to open your settings, go to Wi-Fi, search for a Wi-Fi network, and then manually type in the passkey. That's all this is. It's a quick way of putting it in. Other than that, it's what you used to do manually. And of course, once you join a Wi-Fi, it's in there by default unless you delete it. That's all this is. It's just a really quick way of allowing someone to connect. You're in control of it. It's not like somebody's just going to randomly connect unless you allow it to happen. So it's it's just a quick way of providing this information to somebody.
This is Sri.
Okay, we'll take Sri, and then we need to move along because we're getting up against the clock. Go ahead, Sri.
can you share it? Is there a way to share that? Let's say, for example, I'm going to my sister's house, but she's not there. Do you like share that to me prior to me getting there?
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
Once it's in your phone, it's like any other Wi-Fi network that's in your phone. Yes, you can share it.
So you can share the QR code. You can like text it to someone else.
If it's in your phone, you go to the Wi-Fi in the password app like she just demonstrated, and then there's going to be a button to generate a QR code. You guys are making this much more complicated.
That's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking.
I don't. I think he wants to know if you can share it from one phone to another.
No.
You're not with them.
No?
When they're not around, like
if you've joined that network, it is in your phone.
Okay,
and you can generate a QR code
Desi,
for it.
I think I know what he's saying. So if he took her phone, is this what you're saying, Shri?
No, so like I'm going to visit my sister, okay,
Right.
but she's not going to be home, so she's going to can she text me her QR code to me?
No,
that's what I'm
asking. It shows up on the screen. She can text you her SSID and password if she chooses to copy it and put it in an email or text message, but that doesn't have anything to do with this.
But I guess you could take a screenshot of it, right? And then
maybe so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
that's a good question.
Yeah,
all right.
Could.
We've had so much fun with this. I know you guys don't want to leave the topic, but we're moving on. Okay, so now let's go back to regular questions and see what we can get accomplished here. Pat, go ahead.
I have a question. I haven't put a new calendar setting in my phone that's like a monthly thing. Can someone walk through the steps of how you get to setting it up, like the first Wednesday, for instance, of every month?
Okay, who can help Pat with that? Oh, nobody wants to give Pat a hand with this.
Okay, I'll just call Apple Accessibility.
I'm sorry,
Thank you.
Pat.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. All right. Who else has another question?
Well, I wasn't. What was Pat's question? This is Jake.
Okay, Pat, do you want to say it again?
If I'm putting a new calendar event that is going to be repeated every month, say, for instance, the first Wednesday of every month, how do I do that in calendar?
Yeah, I would have to go look, but I think that you
Brad.
can. Okay.
Go ahead, Brad.
When you're in calendar and you're creating a calendar event, after you put in the day, the time, and all that kind of stuff, you keep flipping on down and you get to a category called recurring.
Right.
And you open that up, and that's where you can set that. It may have to be under custom. There's a couple of things that say monthly, weekly, and then there's custom. And you can go in and you can customize the reoccurrence. Is it like the first Tuesday of every month? Is it the first, certain date of every month, like on the 2nd of every month?
This is David.
Is it forever? Does it have an end date? There's all kinds of options in there.
Go ahead,
Thank
David.
you.
Find it.
Oh, I just tried a simple way, I guess, using the SIR lady. I just said, set up an event on the first Monday of every month and called it test, and it went ahead and set it up. Now, I didn't put a time. I guess you could also say, at 8 p.m. or go from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. or whatever the parameters are.
Thank you.
Thank
you. I forgot
and then once you get it,
could ask Siri that now.
Of course, you can always go into the calendar and then tweak it. Also, go in and change.
Right.
Once it's set up on there, go into the settings and But yeah, it actually worked. I can't guarantee it'll work. How S Lady is, but it just worked for me.
Yeah, this is Brad. Yeah, you can do that too. It depends on how detailed you want this occurrence to be. Like I said, there's some simple stuff in there, or you can really make it, more involved. But yes, Siri can do just super simple stuff.
Okay, thank you.
All right, go ahead, Raheel.
So, say for example, I'm at a doctor's office, right, and I'm checking out with the receptionist, they always ask, "Oh, would you like a card?" I don't think they're really trained in blindness skills or whatever. It doesn't matter. But I know I could use the calendar, but could I explain to them, hey, I could just put it in my calendar? Or I don't know why they gotta ask if someone who's blind wants a card every time when they go to an
This
appointment.
is Desi, and again, that's not really quite the kind of thing we're talking about, but you certainly are allowed to ask them anything you want, and all they can say is no. So, all right.
Well, like to put it in the calendar.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they have the time or the patience to just wait
Well, you
while
just
I
have to
add
ask
it to
them
the
and
calendar.
find out.
This is
Okay.
Sherry.
This is D.
Go ahead, Shree, and then D.
I was going to say, Rahel, just what David just said. You can just, when they tell you, just tell SIRI to schedule it in your calendar when they tell you what an appointment is.
This is Dave.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, and also if they hand you the card, maybe they forget to tell you what the date's on there, and you get home and you don't remember, you can use the Seeing AI or the other mini AI OCR things we have, to read the card and then do the add it to your calendar on your own time. Because I get business cards from people sometimes. I can't read them, but I OCR them, and then I create contacts with them and stuff,
This is D.
Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I do this all the time at the doctor's office. They give me an appointment, and I'm standing there with my phone in my hand, ready for them to tell me the date and time of the appointment, and I just tell SIRI, to make me a calendar event, and give her the information as she does it. And if she screws up, then everybody laughs, and I'll tell her again.
Absolutely. That's great. Thanks, Dee.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm paying for that time.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, who's next?
Sharon.
Sharon, go ahead.
So I traveled for Thanksgiving, though I didn't do anything to the phone. But while I was away, and it still does it now, it says on the the home screen, it says location access needed, and when I click on it, it knows where I am. So I don't know what I'm supposed. Is there something else I'm supposed to be clicking? It gives the location, and it's the right location, but then on the home screen it says location access needed. So I'm not sure what I need to do there.
All right. Who can give Sharon a hand with this? I think somebody out there knows.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Well, I don't really know, but what I would do is I turn the phone off, turn it back on again, and see if it's still there. And then if it's there, I might go into location services and turn it off, and then turn it back on again, kind of to reset it.
Oh, it's a good idea. I don't think I tried turning the phone off, which is so obvious. I'm embarrassed to think that. But
No,
thanks.
that's okay. That fixes everything.
Don't
ever be embarrassed. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
we all do stuff in different times,
I'll try that, and then I'll go into location. That's a good idea. Two good ideas. Thanks, Jody.
And thanks for asking the question, Sharon.
Sure.
Go ahead. Somebody else with another question? No more questions. Hey, Brad, we can shut her down early.
Yeah, apparently. Or turn it over to Terry in the AfterBuzz early.
There you go.
This is Innie.
Oh, go ahead, Innie.
Okay, so I have a question. When I let's see, does it happen in my text and maybe my emails? I think it's in my email. So sometimes in the contact in my text, I have the name, like let's say Iowa City, like a public library. I have that contact in my phone, like Iowa City. So when I'm leaving a message, doing a dictate, and I just say the public library, and then I continue, say the rest of my message, it's on its own. It will add the words that how I have it in my contact list. So, it does the same thing like when I said NFB chapter, and it will say OTC capital, and will add like the way how I have it on my contact, how I entered that. So what do I need to turn off in my keyboard, or not to say everything, the way it's in my contact, how I had it, just the short part.
Pat.
Pat, go ahead.
I do not think there's a way to turn that off, but it's supposed to be a smartphone and it's getting it's seeing something matching it in your contacts, so it's going to type what you have in that name field.
This is Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
That happens to me too. It is so annoying. Because sometimes I'll put in a contact, like it might, I might have Mary, lady I met at library. And then I could be somewhere on the phone and I'll just be talking to Mary, not necessarily that Mary. And I'll say, yeah, I saw Mary and it'll say Mary, lady I met at library. But that may not even be the same Mary. Even if it is, I don't want to put all that in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's no way we can shut that off. Yeah, it is annoying. So you said that we just have to
This is
do
Shree.
Go ahead.
So just so I'm clear, so you have under your contact the lady that you met in the library, you have her first name as Lady Kathy that I met at the library?
This is Karen. I may not even be talking about the same Mary.
No,
I don't put anything last name. I just use the first line for the whole contact.
Right. On the
I
first
don't
name, what do you have written on the first name?
It could be Mary. I met at library, but I could be anywhere on my phone. I could be in a text messages saying, yeah, I called an old friend of mine, Mary, and we're going to get together for lunch. But I don't want to just say, I called Mary to take a minute at the library and we're going to have lunch.
What I was going to recommend is sometimes what I do is I put that information in the notes and the contact instead of in the first name.
Or the last name.
I wouldn't put it in either in the first name or the last name. I would just put it under notes about something that you want to remember about that contact.
Okay. Yeah, because exactly what she mentioned, it happened to me. Like I have a name of a person like Mike, the friend I met at the dollar store or something. So each time I say Mike, it will put all of that in there. But I see what you're saying. Put it in a note. Okay. All right.
Karen.
You can't turn it off. Thank you.
This is Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, because it only happens to a couple of contacts. I have obviously hundreds of contacts like everyone else, and I have whatever I have on that top line, which is sometimes a lot.
Oh my goodness!
Just a couple of them, because otherwise it would happen to all of the contacts, and it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I think probably this is Desi. I think probably what you'll have to do in that case is maybe either edit that line and make it a lot shorter and maybe put that information, like somebody said, in a note, because there's that notes place there in your contact. You can add a note right there and say who it is. So if you don't, then you can always access the information, but you don't have it popping up every time you write that name in any message. So. All right. Well, I am going to have to step away right now, but I am leaving you in the capable hands of Brad. And it's been a pleasure to be with you tonight. And take it away, Brad.
Okay. Thank you, Desi.
Welcome.
And let's see.
Thank you, Desi.
We have 14 minutes. So who hasn't had a chance to ask a question? Let's get somebody in here who hasn't had a chance tonight. Got a burning question you want to know.
You got the question.
Chico, go ahead.
I think I know the answer, but
let's.
How do you? I think someone told me this, but how do you do the new iOS? How do you do the recording? Because you can swipe to the left, and because every call you can. It says.
You're saying how do you record a call?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's see. I think Maria demoed this a couple of weeks ago. Can refresh us on how to record a call. I believe this is a new feature in iOS 18. Lots of new features in iOS 18.
Raheel?
Go ahead, Raheel.
So when you're on a call, it always jumps to record and it's dimmed when the phone is ringing. But when somebody's answer, it's right there on the left. I think it's on the top left. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but I think it's on
somewhere.
The top left.
I think like you said, your focus is on it by default, and then you just double tap on it and it'll start recording. Very good. Good question, Chico. Thank you. Who else hadn't had a chance tonight?
Raheel?
It's Raheel.
So, I've been noticing when I've been writing emails and stuff on my phone, and I've been turning the rotor, and then I've been doing like professional or friendly. So it would give me like like this content is not whatever for writing, and then I would hit the continue button. Why would that dialogue pop up sometime?
Anybody using the Apple? It's an Apple AI feature that's new in 18.1. I think you need to highlight a bunch of text in order for it to actually do anything. If all you've got is you're just writing and you're just in the middle of the text, that's not how it works. You need to have something that's written, a paragraph, an entire email, and then highlight, a chunk of text, and then it can rewrite it for you. Friendly, concise, professional.
And how do you highlight that?
Well, that's another question altogether, and that's a little lengthy for right now. But I know we did a iBUG Cafe one time on editing text, so you might want to go look that up. Okay. Anybody else got a question? We got just a few more minutes.
Pat. Someone did, and I missed it, a password app. Was that under cafe, or does anybody know?
I don't know, but that's what Desi was talking about tonight.
Yes, I know.
Passwords app.
I thought
it used to be in settings,
right?
And they've taken it out and they've made a whole app and they've added a lot more stuff to it, like that Wi-Fi passwords that are all listed under a category are in there.
This is Sri.
Yeah, go ahead, Sri.
At the cafe, I just did a high-level view of all the options that's in the password.
Okay, I think I missed the beginning of it or something. So it was in the cafe then.
This is Sri.
Yeah.
I think others have done it also, maybe in the Bytes segment, but I did it in a very high level.
Yeah, I did miss the beginning, and I couldn't remember what platform it was on when you did it. So
this is Sri.
Yeah, Sri.
Mine was intro to the iOS 18 cafe segment.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else hadn't had a chance? Somebody, maybe one of our new members, or somebody just hadn't had a chance tonight. Got 9 minutes to the top of the hour. Let's see how many questions we can get in there.
I got a quick question. This is Jody.
Okay, Jody, go.
What was the number of the last iBUG workshop? Because I missed it and I want to go find it.
Ooh, that's a Sri question.
Yeah.
I think the workshop was like 170. This is Sri.
Yeah.
I think the workshop was like either 174 or 175.
Okay, thank you.
The workshop, not the cafe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the one that Herbie did the last one was maybe 174, 175.
Okay, thank you.
All right. It wasn't the cafe, but thanks for helping us out, Sri. Okay. Anybody else?
Dang it, quiet.
I know. Very quiet. Everybody's tired. They're looking password out, trying to figure out how they can share their Wi-Fi password. Maybe everybody just wants to go to the AfterBuzz.
Raheel?
Yes, Raheel.
Is there a way to use on WhatsApp there's this thing called a voice message when I'm in a conversation, but there's also this thing called there's also a thing called something that has to do with AI in WhatsApp. I don't know what that's about.
The artificial intelligence sounds like. Anybody uses Jody?
I'm assuming it's a way to connect to the Meta glasses. I'm just assuming.
Or just Meta AI.
Yeah.
Even without the glasses, perhaps. Because WhatsApp has a camera. Perhaps you can use the WhatsApp app to do things that you do with the glasses.
This is Terry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Terry. Please.
Meta AI, as it refers to WhatsApp, has to do with just AI in the app, not anything to do with the glasses.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Very good. Thank you, Terry.
This is Pete.
Pete, go ahead.
And to follow through, Raheel, you can just tap on that button and ask it a question.
Very good.
This is Ned.
Ned, please, go ahead.
I have a new question.
All right.
Yes, on Thanksgiving Day, I received from a friend in my messages an image. and that's all that it was an image. So I knew it had something to do with Thanksgiving, and so I waited till I was around a sighted friend who described it to me. It was like just a happy Thanksgiving card. But if I wanted to have seen that, would I have double tapped on that and then go down to find be my AI or something to describe it?
Pat.
Yes, Pat.
I got several of those messages and I double tapped on it and it opened it up and then I touched the screen and it read it to me.
Pat, did you not have to change your rotor to voiceover recognition and use that feature, correct?
I don't know if I had it on. I think it was just text, so it just read it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that you would use voiceover recognition that you've already set up because it has image recognition, scene recognition. What is it? What are the three of them? One of them's text, one of them's image, and one of them's something else. Yeah, and that would probably do it for you. But yeah, you could use Be My Eyes. I heard David in there. David?
Yeah, hi. I've noticed that the Apple will do a kind of a general description of it if you get like those GIFs or whatever in messages. But you can also like to double tap on it, and you should have a share option on there. And then under share, then you'd have access to those more descriptive AIs, like the Be My AI or the Ira one or the Seeing AI or the Vision, or I'm going on and on. There's probably like 6 of them you can use.
Okay, see what Herbie's got.
One of my favorite methods, if the voiceover itself doesn't describe the photo or whatever, is, and this is a method that goes way back actually, is because Seeing AI for the longest time has had a photos recognition, and what I did is I enabled the shortcut for photo recognition. So what I will sometimes do is use the share sheet to import the photo to my camera, then tell Siri, recognize photos. It triggers the shortcut, so it takes me right there instead of having to navigate the menu. And then that's the first photo that it's going to see, and then you double tap and then it'll do its little thing. Now, how it compares to more modern apps like Be My AI and all that, I couldn't tell you because I've not experimented with them much, but that's an option that I've used for a long time now. And but lately, VoiceOver has gotten good about describing things too, just in general, without having to do anything fancy. So,
okay, I heard somebody in there.
Oh, it's scary, but Herbie just made the comment that I was going to, that you really don't even have to go into some of those other apps now because VoiceOver does a really good job of doing it. And even if you just touch the image, I had that happen the other day, and I didn't know if there was text in it or not, but it actually read it was an invitation, and it showed up as a picture because she had sent it as a picture, but because the picture was text, VoiceOver just read it to me just by putting my finger on it.
Yeah.
This wasn't even text recognition. The whole thing was just a picture. And so it wasn't even like, how sometimes you'll have a picture that will have text in it. This whole thing, because she had just scanned it and embedded it in the regular message, it was just a picture, but SAI, but the screen, what am I trying to say? But Apple read just the image. It described it as text and read that image, which was amazing to me because I've not experienced that before.
Okay. Hang on, and with that, we need to wrap it up. We are at the top of the hour. Sorry to cut you off there, Pat.
Raheel?
But no, sorry to cut you off, Raheel. We're going to wrap it up. Want to remind everyone that tomorrow we have the Mac Buzz at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. All times, of course, are Central 5 to 6 right here in this Zoom room. We have Wednesday. We have the iBUG's Life. And what are we going to talk about? Something to do with Christmas. Forgive me. I don't have my notes in front of me. We have the Trekkie Talk on Thursday, the movie, and we are watching, what was the name of that movie? I'm sorry.
Last Holiday.
Last Holiday. Thank you very much. We have Last Holiday coming up Friday night. We have, what do we call it? On, forgive me, first Saturday.
We have Cafe on Sunday.
I know we got the cafe on Sunday, but don't we have...
iBUG Unplug.
That's it.
Ah.
Thank you, Annie. That was a test to see if you guys knew.
Because I'm the facilitator.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have on Saturday. We got the cafe on Sunday, and what are we talking about? The Audible app, I believe, right, Sri? Is that it on Sunday?
Correct.
So we have a full week, and then we will be right back here again next Monday to do the buzz call all over again. And all that, do the movie clip, and it just goes the merry-go-round. It just keeps going round and round. What? Did I hear something?
This is Pete. I was wondering
Yes,
if you
sir.
want to mention the prize that we're giving away in next month's
The Ray-Ban frames.
What?
The Ray-Ban frames.
Oh, yeah. We have I don't know, did Michael mention that yet?
He did.
Okay. Well, when is that? That's at the
I've got the
Christmas.
script here.
That's on the 21st.
It's at the workshop next
On
month,
the
right?
21st of December, yeah, the Apple
Yeah.
Workshop.
Well, we don't have time for a script. We're already over time.
Yeah.
But yes, we are giving away a pair of Meta frames. I believe there are some criteria. You have to have attended a certain number of iBUG events during the past
5
year, whatever. Anyway, Michael will go over all that. But yeah, that's very exciting news. So thank you for reminding me of that. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. I'm going to stop the recording and turn it over to Terry and
Well, actually,
Jody.
tonight
And
I'm going to be hosting it tonight.
yeah, well, that's what I said. We turn over to Terry and Jody, and you guys can duke it out and decide who's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So here goes the recording.
Thank you very much,